What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Positively Living. Sorry for the long hiatus. Been busy with things. I'm trying my best to be consistent and persistent. So yeah, I'm back. In this episode, I would like to talk about value. Right? A lot of us function based on how we value things and what we value, right? Previous episode, I talked about how time should be the most precious thing that we should value, because it is something that we cannot get back once we spend it. I do have a few inquiries from people regarding what about family? Shouldn't we value relationship with family? Well, yes and no, right? Yes, when the family nucleus is a healthy one. It's the one that is supportive, it's the one that is loving, it's the one that have the right morality, there's no negative vibe, right? Then yes, value that, cherish that, invest time in building that. However, if your family nucleus is not that healthy, then you shouldn't invest in that. You should invest in yourself first, because if you do value them, then you need to understand that if you are mediocre, you can only give your family mediocre. If you want to give them better, you have to try and be a better individual first, right? So that is basically the conclusion that I have. So let's break down value again, right? Our value will shape our priority. Our value will shape our focus. Our value is actually determined and shaped by our environment. So if you think about it, take a deep dive, right? What you value in life is basically what your environment have molded you. If you grew up in an environment that molded you to prioritize money, right, you will forever look at money as the most important thing, because your environment have programmed you to think that money is the most important thing in the world. That's why you will prioritize money and you will function based on that. So to get the right value, first you have to get the right environment. And it is up to us as an individual to basically sit down and reflect upon what we value and what do we want to value, right? And work towards that. We can still shape our future. So if you look at where we want to go as an individual, right, and where we are right now, and take, like for example, just do a stock take on what we have and what we are lacking to achieve that future, then chances are we can still have a better life if we wanted to. So we have to reprioritize things, reprogram how we think and what we value. So yes, we can value relationship, but at the end of the day, if the relationship is not healthy, we shouldn't invest too much time in it. Invest time in self-improvement. That's the ultimate goal, I think, as an individual. So seek knowledge, seek problem to solve, seek difficulties, I would say. Embrace difficulties, because just like how you're going to build muscle, right? It is an increment of small effort that you gradually increase to attain those muscles, right? You don't consistently just lift the same weight. You can't build muscle that way. You start slow, right? You lift small weights and gradually increase those weights if you want to build muscle. Same way with life and obstacles. Like if you want betterment, right? If you want a better quality of life, start embracing difficulties in small increments. Like solve the things that you can solve first. Let's look at it mathematically, right? You don't jump straight to algebra without knowing multiplication, addition, subtraction, division. If you don't know those basic steps, you wouldn't be able to absorb or grasp algebra, right? Forget about matrix. Algebra first. Even algebra, there's like different ways to solve complex equations, right? But we first have to start with the basic. So overcome difficulties slowly, right? Bite those things that you can bite first, and then build tolerance for more, because eventually life will only be harder if you want better. So acknowledge that. I'm still working on trying to solve difficult problems. My quality of life has become better since 2017, but I'm still coping, right? I'm still trying. I'm not giving up. I would never give up because nobody succeeds by giving up, right? So I'm still trying my best to be better and better each day, and I come to realize that it's gonna be more difficult the further I progress, but I do have faith that with more difficult challenges, the reward will be greater. So yeah. Back to valuing things, right? So value time. At the end of the day, money, relationship, all that is not really important. If I don't even have time to spend all that money, what are you chasing money for? Don't even have time to have relationship with people, then why do you have relationship for, right? Like at the end of the day, prioritize you. It may sound selfish, it may sound self-centered, but ultimately you can only give better if you are better. If all you know is average, you can only give average. So you can say that it's selfish, but eventually you have to tell them, look, I love all of y'all, but I can't give y'all the best if I'm mediocre. I need to work on myself first, because I really want to give you guys the best. So it's selfish for me to just settle and then give you mediocre, and eventually when you realize that, hey, I wasn't given enough to have a head start or to excel, then you're gonna blame us for not giving you the best to our capacity. So that's why I'm sacrificing a lot of things in trying to make myself better, because eventually I want to give my kids better, I want to give my wife better, I want to give my mom better. So yeah, that's what I'm valuing now, is time. And I will just invest time in myself to build the future that I want. And hopefully I can share all this with the youth as well, because they have to see that they need to absorb as much knowledge as possible and then selectively implement it in a way that it will benefit society, it will benefit general public to benefit their family, to benefit themselves. With that, wish you well. Peace out.